Hi guys, Shadows Got Sweet here again. Uh, Something happened to me a couple of days ago, and I feel I need to talk about it with you guys. Um, we were, me and my scouts, uh, we were going to on a hike, and we called it a survival hike. And it was last weekend, June the 3rd to 4th, and we should begin with a walk on about 2 kilometers. So far, so good, right? And then we should put the canoes in the water, and we should paddling from the bay. We had our canoes to an island, Wolverine Island, and there on that island was meant to be, we should put up our camp, right? And from that bay we started. There to the island were about 2.5 kilometers. But something happened. We had to paddle close to the shores because it was pretty windy. I guess the waves were at least 50 centimeters high, or 50, 60 centimeters high. I don't know really. And we had 13, 14 degrees Celsius. So that was pretty warm outside. And we had paddling for a while, and we had around the corner, and we followed my colleague, and he had stopped paddling, and he held on the cliff, on the rock. And the guy I had in my canoe was unexperienced. He didn't have paddling or canoeing at all, and that was tough in conditions to begin with for someone who has never canoeing or paddling at all in his life. And I thought that we stopped behind him and waiting for the others. And we had a motorboat, and my other colleague had that boat, so for the security. And my scouts, we get with the nose in, not in an optimal angle. It wasn't, and I felt that the waves were pretty big, so it was pretty rough, and I noticed that it's too dangerous to have the canoe so close. I wanted to get out a bit from the shore, so I put my paddle to push the canoe out again, and I said to my scout that push out the canoe. Because if I had pushed the canoe from the back, the canoe had only gone one direction, and that was right. So a wave came, and I felt the canoe would flip over, but I straightened the canoe up, so it worked that time. I told my scout, now you push out the canoe. Put your paddle and push it out now, because it's too dangerous. We will flip over, I told him. And he didn't listen. And the next wave, the second after I had told him that, the next wave came and flipped the canoe over. And it was not that deep. I had water up to my chest, not my stomach. And I were in the water for a half minute, 30 seconds, a minute. I get up, get him up, and I try to get my pack up on the shore, and when I managed to do that, I get his stuff up, and when I tried to pull the canoe up, it was too heavy. I didn't manage, and I started to freeze. And I'm not the one person who freezes that easy. I felt it was cold because it was windy, and I was soaking wet. And I waved my arms, and I said, we need a fire now. But I didn't find any good spot to start a fire. So my colleague in the motorboat, he said, get in the canoe, my other colleague's canoe, and start paddling. And I did. I jumped in the canoe, paddling out to the motorboat. He threw a rope to my canoe, and I grabbed it, and I began to freeze. And he said, no, jump forward to the bow. And I did. And he towed me to the island. And I felt that I was beginning to freeze. And I sat on my knees, and it was not comfortable at all. And he towed me slowly. And the waves, it was hard. And I lost my feeling in my left hand, and my thighs, back, arms ached. It was hurting. I felt pain everywhere. My muscles were sore, and everything. And I felt no feeling in my left hand. And when we get out of bed, after a while, my colleague asked me, "How are you doing?" I said, "I can't hold it anymore. I can't hold the rope anymore." And I can't hold the rope. Well, it's not far now. It doesn't take any long. And I hold a firmer grip with my right hand. And when we get, I was freezing. Everything hurts. My arms hurt. My back hurts. My thigh hurts. Everything. And my hands hurt and everything. Even 50 meters from land, from the shore, he said, "Let the rope go." I dropped the rope and I took the paddle from the back in the canoe and started paddling, and I didn't have any strength left. When he told me, I didn't have any strength left. And then when I had 50 meters to the shore, I had to paddle. And I didn't have any strength left, nothing left. And I know I was in deep trouble. I paddling and took everything I had, and after a while I got into the shore. And I get on the shore, and I had, oh damn, that hurts. I was so fucking sore. And then I was frozen. I got on a rock, and I didn't even have my pack with me. And I was shaking and everything. And what do I do now? I took up my emergency blanket and wrapped that around me. And I said to my scouts who were already on the shore, "Hey, make up a fire." "Oh, we don't have anything to make a fire." "Oh yeah, you have a lot of things to make a fire." That was what I thought. But they didn't do anything. And I sat there on that rock and shaking, and it felt a little bit better. And I had to wait a half an hour until my pack comes. And when I got my pack, most of my clothes were wet, except for my military shirt I had. It was a little wetter on my arms, but that was nothing. So I had to take that up, put them to dry on a pine, and my sleeping bag was wet. I had to put that on a pine too to dry, and my wet shirt I had to put on pine too and dry. And then they got up, started a fire, and I said, "Put more wood on, more wood." Oh, that felt so good to feel that warm heat from the fire. And then it kept going. I get some calories I ate, because I did know one thing: I need calories. to maintain my core temperature, and I had terrible way, a lot of work to keep my core temperature up, and I was frozen all day, all night, until I go to bed. I took down my sleeping bag, and I put that on put that in our cover, in our shelter, and I had put my shirt on, t-shirt on, and my green military shirt and my scout shirt, and I jumped right into the sleeping bag, and that night I felt I was warm at last. And it was terrible. The fatigue I felt when at the early of the day, it was not very funny. So I wonder what you think, guys. For me, could be really bad, because I was on the limit that when you freeze, you never get warm again. But I never thought I should get my core temperature up. But I wonder what you think, guys. And I had some knowledge about how to survive that. But today, afterwards, I feel terrible. And I don't know why. But obviously I have an iron will. Obviously, I wouldn't stand here and make this video. Alright, guys. Thumbs up, and please comment. And thumbs up for all Prepper and SHTF videos on alternative news, okay? I see you guys soon again. Thanks for listening, and thanks for subscribing. Strength and honor. Long live the king. Shadow Scout Swede out.